A lot of people think that thinking more will help them make better decisions. It will take them out of a certain rut there, or it will take them to a place that they want to reach just with a bit more caution. They think that if they analyze things just enough, that if they think about every possible outcome, that eventually it'll become the perfect choice. But the strange thing is that sometimes thinking too much doesn't actually help. It just keeps you stuck. And I think overthinking quietly steals more and more time from our lives than we realize. We get stuck in this illusion that overthinking or that thinking in general means progress. Overthinking often feels productive. When you're thinking deeply about something, it feels like you're making progress. You're analyzing your situation, you're imagining different possibilities, you're trying to figure out the right move. But thinking isn't the same as moving forward. Sometimes, honestly, it's just a way to stay still. Because when you're thinking about something, you're not actually confronting that thing. You don't actually take action yet, and sometimes that feels safer. So, when it boils down to it, I feel like overthinking comes down to fear. The fear of making the wrong decision, the fear of wasting time, the fear of choosing a path that doesn't exactly work out. Instead of making a choice, we stay in the thinking stage. We keep analyzing, we keep imagining different futures. We keep asking ourselves what exactly is the right answer. But the problem is, life doesn't actually reveal the right answer through thinking alone. Most of the time, you learn by doing something, right? And now there comes a cost of staying in your own head. Like there's a cost to always staying in your own head, because over time, that thinking can take away opportunities that you really could have had if you did just think and took more action. Because you take way too long to start something, you hesitate before trying something new, you delay decisions because you want more certainty, and before you know it, weeks, months, maybe even years have passed, and it's not because you were incapable, but it's because you stayed in your own head way too long, right? And action, and this is referring back to my old videos, if you know, you know. Action creates clarity, because one thing I've slowly started to realize is that clarity almost never comes before action. Most people think that they need to understand everything first. They want the plan, the perfect direction, the guarantee that something will work out. But most people who eventually figure things out, they didn't start with that certainty. They started with curiosity. They tried something, then they adjusted. And through that process, things slowly became clear. Now, life isn't a puzzle to solve. I think one of the biggest traps of overthinking is treating life like a puzzle, is as if there's one correct answer that you're supposed to find, one perfect path that will make everything work out. But life rarely works like that. The most meaningful paths are discovered gradually. They evolve through experience, and the only way to experience something is to step out of your own head and into the world. Thinking is important, reflection is important, but when thinking becomes the only thing we do, it can quietly keep us from living, right? Because life isn't something that reveals itself through endless analysis. It's through trying things, right? It's through making those imperfect decisions and adjusting along the way. And sometimes the best way to stop overthinking is to simply begin. That's all. Like and sub if you enjoyed the video. I would really appreciate it. Thank you for tuning in, and peace.